with us on a bridge tour, and I said, why did you choose this ship? It seems like twice the work to me. He said, twice the work? Is that all you think it is? Try 4 times the work. For me, I think my favorite class is the Voyager class and Quantum class. I've been on both of those. And of course, I've been on all classes except the Voyager class for work, because it's 4 times the work. I managed to avoid that. And for itineraries, they try to move us around, experience all different itineraries, so you have a mix of different experiences. So, for example, for Alaska, we'll have at least half the officers for the Alaska experience, teaching the other half for press. So we have a constant rotation and training for different itineraries. That's for hotel too, because different itineraries, different needs.
So carrying on from that question, I've got a question. So would the captains all volunteer to who would be the captain for Icon when that's released, or would the company pick someone specifically for that ship?
There was a lot of guys that are captains that used to work on natural gas tankers, and they were chomping at the bit with their natural gas experience to get on that ship. So I think that's why they're there. I know Teo Strasnich. He's come from Radiant, so Icon, and I think the other captain might be Jessica Band. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she'll be the second. Is that right? Is that right? Anybody know for sure? Principal, you know? So I know definitely Teo is going to be the takeout captain.
I wanted to ask one quick historic question. I'm sure with all of your experience, somebody probably knows this. As I said, I go back a long time to the beginning of this line, but I wanted to ask you whether something that I had heard is correct. Was the Kloster family of Norway that started NCL connected to the original founding of this company? I had heard they were. I knew Chris Kloster, and that his family, as you probably know, started way back then too. I think even a little earlier. But it seems to me that they were connected to this. These Norwegians all knew each other.
They had a club, so they were. If you really want to get deep into the details of the cruise ship industry, there's a book called Devils on the Deep Blue Sea or Devils in the Deep Blue Sea. It's an excellent book. It goes right from the start of the cruise industry, right to the Voyager class takeout.
Are you familiar with John Maxton Graham?
No.
The Only Way to Cross and Islands in the Sun. He used to do lectures on the Royal Viking Line ships.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, maybe Royal Caribbean too, but he also was, he's dead now, but he did great lectures as well.
Yeah, because I know the Kloster family were the family that started Norwegian, and it was the Wilhelmsen family that was in the same group of
maybe
Norwegian.
they had some.
They were tankers. They had a club.
Tankers, yeah.
They had a club of shippers that were all tankers and
Right.
some banana boats, and that's how they got.
Well, back in the 60s, before this company started, and Chris Kloster invited me to go sailing with him and his cousin. They were taking off on a trip around the world on their sailboat, and they had to stop for a little while in Nassau. So while his cousin was up in New York taking care of business before they left, I went sailing for a few days, and that's how I saw the Bahamas in his sailboat. And then I didn't hear whether they completed the trip around the world, but that was the intention.
Oh, nice.
But I never was quite sure whether they actually were part of Royal Caribbean or
No,
not.
I can't sail.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, don't be nervous. The lady's got another question. She said it's a fun one. Don't be scared.
All right, it's a fun one. So on this cruise especially, I have been so impressed with the staffing. And like Carrie Lee, best room attendant we've ever had. Anthony, guest services. Best guest services guy we've ever had. So I'm curious, when you hire all the people you have here, how do you know where to place them, where they're going to be the most successful? Because they're all so great on this cruise.
Well, we look. Okay, I'll get to Anna too. I think when we hire someone, we look for experience in that field. I think for S&D department, we want 2 years experience in a 4-star hotel or a restaurant. For guest services, the same. For marine, also the same. We look for more experience. We've got several guys from container ships, tanker ships, you name it. So we look for a little bit of experience.
But also definitely,
Can you get the mic?
we do have lots of crew members that come from different departments. For example, we open positions all over the ships for them to apply, right? So they choose. But let's say I open a position for guest services officer, right? So they will have on board interviews, and of course we kind of know all the crew. And we, at least on guest services, right, we look for the right personality that we need at the guest services desk, because that's the only thing you can't teach anybody, personality, right? So anything else they can learn, you can teach them, but we look first of all for their skills, the strongest skills. And of course, as Anthony mentioned, he came from actually a security team, right? So he applied for guest services, and we saw the right thing in him.
Yeah,
So
well,
that's why
kudos.
yes,
He's
well,
very
thank you
good.
so much for that. But this is how you get also promoted, and you can get to change your job basically on board the ship, not necessarily on prior coming to board. So we look for the right people to the right places, and we, how you say, coach them, or how you
Coach them. We do a lot of coaching. A lot of coaching between cruise lines. And we have an excellent internal program, so someone can come and start as a cleaner
Yeah.
and work their way straight up to hotel director. And we had, I can think of 3 or 4 hotel directors that came as pool attendants and cleaners that went to school, worked all their way up, and they had full support from company, and they're amazing hotel directors.
And even here, as you see, management, the same, I was station attendant for 5 years. She
Can't
comes
hear
from, no.
Okay, you're sorry.
So I was station attendant when I first started with the company, and I've
You
been
started where?
Station
Oh,
attendant
state room.
for 5 years.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yes. Claudia, my right hand as well. Yeah.
I started as dispatcher 1-800. So the phone operator, you guys were all calling because your toilet maybe. So thank you for calling maintenance.
Francois, hotel director, started as a front desk, right? So we have lots of opportunities on board the ship. So that is an amazing program. So you just need to grab the opportunity and move forward, definitely. Yeah.
They also have another program, it helps you out. I was a guest 3 weeks ago and I lost a lot of money in the casino. And then I'm still paying off my bill now, that's why I'm on the ship. Yeah. We've got time for a couple more, a young lady just here, and I think the father wants to ask the final question.
Stephen here used to be an oiler on cargo ships. Our staff captain, he was a cabin boy on Magellan's ship going around.
But yeah, I came from a lot of people I speak to in the front of house as well, like hotels. A lot of people come from hotels. I worked in hotels around Europe, went on a cruise with my family, seeing the cruise director, and I was like, there's my job. That's what I'm going for. So one day, hopefully, keep an eye out. But this young lady's got a question. Here we go.
I'm Pat from Colorado.
Hi, Pat Super Nurse.
Thank you. A comment and question. So, for the captain, we've been on 30-something cruises here for L'Oreal. You are the easiest captain to understand.
My last contract here, everybody said I sounded like 14 years old. And now I've graduated, now I sound like 16 years old.
But we can understand
Great.
you, and a lot of the other cruises with that blah, 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 blah. There you go. So, kudos to you. Second comment, we had 8 cruises canceled during the pandemic, and now that we've come back, pickleball is really popular on this cruise and all of the states.
All the world now, pickleball.
Is this the pickleball court on all of the ships now?
I think so. I know. When I took the Odyssey out, I mean, we had vice presidents getting very aggressive playing pickleball with each other. So I think it's all the way to the top. Chris, it's everywhere.
When I come off, I was on Harmony for 9 months, and pickleball was on there, crazy, massive. Before that, every ship I've been on, there's pickleball now, but I can't make a statement for all of the ships in the fleet. I haven't been lucky enough to go on them all yet, the ones I've been on. Yeah, it's getting so popular now, like you said, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's in the program everywhere, but I need to double check with the sportsman. It's been in every ship I've been in the last couple of years. But I got to be honest, before I took out Odyssey, I didn't know what pickleball was. I had never heard of it.
I don't know much
It's like badminton, where you have 4 people. It's not, you don't need to be a super athlete to play it, but it gets very...
It's the smaller version of tennis, so the balls are like lightweight with holes in, so they don't go so fast, and you don't need to, like, to be as athletic. So a lot of people that shouldn't play it.
Pretty sporty, right?
Sorry?
It's